DeForest Buckner is this guy for the Indianapolis Colts. He goes, we go. That's how important DeForest Buckner is. You got to collapse the pocket a little bit from the inside to be able to allow those edge guys to get to the quarterback. That's what's got to happen this week for that Colts defense to function correctly. Had a chance to talk to DeForest Buckner about just that. And then I don't know why I'm fascinated with shoes in the field and the cleats and that stuff, but you got to ask a question about that, don't you, when you're playing on a field that you've never played on? How do you pack your cleats? Does the equipment guy pack your cleats? We find out at the end of this.
Yeah, it's just an extended away game. You know what I mean? That's how I'm approaching it. You know what I'm saying? I got the same mindset like I have every week, whether it's a home game or away game. And honestly, the biggest thing is going to be obviously one time change, but also the plane ride there. You know what I mean? And just planning on sleeping as much as I can on the plane.
How much benefit is there to having faced New England now a third time in 3 seasons?
Oh, yeah, it's definitely, especially when it's not in your own division, but being able to play them, a couple of times. This will be my 3rd time in a row. You know what I mean? So there's some familiarity with some of the players there. You know what I mean? And also just watching on film how they attacked, the defense and stuff like that over the past couple of years.
Not just with an opportunity to stack wins, but also ahead of the bye, to get a win, go into bye week, even on the season, be able to start after that, essentially even going into that last part of November, December. What did that do for this team?
Oh, it could, create a lot of energy, going into the bye. It definitely made the bye week a little bit more sweeter, but also put us in a good position, coming out of the bye, guys, getting back healthy and little things like that and going on a run.
I know you said extended away game. You got 2 little boys at home. Not sure if you've been away much longer from them than this, but are there certain things you try to do to stay connected with them while you're gone?
Oh, yeah, I just try to FaceTime as much as I can. And then also, I know I'm going to bring back a couple souvenirs from Germany for them, you know what I mean? So I can get back in their favors a little bit. My wife was actually just asking, telling me how, my son was already asking, like, where did I go today? So definitely got to get some souvenirs.
Look, I believe you all last game had your highest pressure rate of the season. How do you build on that? What was the key to kind of getting that pressure and keeping it up throughout the process?
Yeah, honestly, just taking advantage of the one-on-one opportunities and moving around a couple spots. That's what we've been doing the past couple of weeks. It's not a secret, just trying to find matchups and little things like that. So I think the coaches have been doing a pretty good job lately and trying to put me in a position, to get those one-on-one opportunities and just making the most of it.
What was it like seeing Tommy get his first sack?
No, it was awesome, man. You know what I mean? Seeing, just like I said before, just seeing the work that all the guys put into the room and just seeing the young guys, get that confidence. That's a big confidence booster, you know what I mean? For them to get their first career sack. I remember when I first, got my first career sack. It's just kind of a reassurance knowing that, I belong here. I can play in this league, and just excited to see them build off of it.
After the Browns game, you took ownership saying you needed to create more pressure up front. What did you do to improve that into the Saints game?
No, yeah, I just feel like the guys, took it personally, obviously, you know what I mean? We all knew that we left a lot out there, especially up front, and, just being able to go into the next game, with the communication and, attention to detail and executing our game plan. I feel like the guys, from the starters to the guys backing up, did a really great job executing the game plan.
We asked Zaire about this yesterday. Kenny gave a lot of credit for his interceptions to the effectiveness that you guys were able to have up front. Are takeaways contagious in a sense?
Almost definitely. We always talk about how they come in bunches, you know what I mean? And this game, we were preaching a lot this week on, having the rush and coverage work together. You know what I'm saying? There was times throughout the year where we had good rushes, but obviously the ball was getting out quick, or we had sticky coverage, but the rush wasn't getting there. And we just preached a lot this week on making sure those 2 things work together. This coming together this past game, and it did. So we just got to continue to build off of it.
I know you guys have had a big point of emphasis on closing out games. You were well able to do that last week against New England with the Bill Belichick team, who they're never out of it.
Right.
How much do you have to be ready to again fight all 60 minutes, no matter how comfortable things may seem?
Right, yeah, and it's the details. You know what I mean? That's what Bill Belichick, obviously made got a lot of his wins off of, clearly, throughout his career, you know what I mean? Just he has a well-disciplined football team, almost every year, and they always pay attention to the details. In any situation, they're always prepared. So we got to be on our game for, 4 quarters.
I know you grew up in Hawaii, but have you played anywhere else, like kind of unique? I know Jason told us he played at Yankee Stadium once in college.
Yeah.
You had any other sounds like overseas games, but just any other trips where you're like, man, this is not. I didn't think football would take me here.
Yeah, honestly, not really. Probably the craziest for me when growing up in Hawaii was my first time going to when I went to Arizona for it was the Semper Fidelis All-American game. It was like the first year they ever had it. It was in Arizona. It was actually at the baseball stadium.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that was like different for me for sure. Coming from Hawaii.
Did you think about talking to anybody from Miami or Kansas City, just on like what the experience was last week, or how the field is? Or
no, actually, I haven't. And this crazy thing, I was just talking to Christian Wilkins just yesterday. I forgot to ask him about how the field was. I'm probably gonna hit him up today and see how it was and everything. But it's grass, right?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah. Okay.
I know some guys had said they cleat issues like early.
Oh, really?
On, so.
Okay. Yeah, I got to make sure. I think we're gonna be able to go to the stadium and check it out. So yeah, I'll be able to check it out early.
Yeah, the one in London, I don't think the players were too cool with, but this one is better.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sweet. All right, cool.
Do you guys pack your own different cleats, or do the equipment guys bring just a gob of cleats for
No,
you?
yeah, it's usually, our cleats that we usually, practicing or whatever that we, our preferred cleat. And then usually the equipment staff, they usually have extras for us. Or even like always prepared for, if we know there's going to be bad weather, they always got our, our spikes for us and stuff like that.
That's DeForest Buckner, and again, as DeForest Buckner plays, this defense plays. They got to play well this weekend. They got to stop Mac Jones. If they don't, it's big trouble against the Patriots. Bill Belichick on the other side of the field, he doesn't have the talent that he once did on the field for the Patriots. This is no less significant a game for the Colts than those games back in the aughts, back in like 06, 07, 08, 09. When these two teams played against each other, it was must-see TV. This ain't going to be must-see TV 9:30 in the morning on a Sunday on the NFL Network and Fox 59. In Indianapolis it will be, and in Boston it will be, but nationally it's not the same cachet that it used to have. But this is a really, really important game for the Colts. If they can get back to 500, all possibilities exist for this team. If they drop to 4-6, that sound you hear is the door shut.